Good evening, MESA crew. My name is Analia Bloom, and I am the director at MESA. Welcome, MESA seniors, students, families, and staff. I'm sad that we're not celebrating in person this evening, but I'm very excited that we are honoring the class of 2020. Congratulations to every MESA senior. Way to go. You have worked for 13 years tirelessly and have accomplished so much. Congratulations. Graduation is also a celebration for lots of people. Parents, thank you for your continued commitment to their success. From getting them to school regularly, to helping with homework, to driving them to events and activities, thank you. This is also your time to celebrate all of your hard work. To the MESA staff, thank you for always supporting MESA students, but especially this graduating class of 2020. This year's 86 graduates are hardworking students with a bright future in front of them. Whether showing off their talent at a community meeting or preparing for an AP test or a STEM or debate, they always strive to do their very best. They have collectively earned over $250,000 in scholarships and are leaving MESA ready to tackle the world. And while a pandemic has single-handedly changed the world, what has not changed is the legacy that this group of students has left on their MESA crew. Thank you. Know that your entire crew is behind you on your next adventure. We wish you well. Congratulations, MESA Class of 2020.
Well, here we are, COVID times. But you think this was tough. And I can't let go of being my history teacher, and perhaps this is your last lesson. But I want you to think for a moment. Your great-grandparents, or those born around 1900, faced World War I, the 1918 Spanish flu epidemic, the Great Depression, World War II, the Korean and Vietnam War in their lifetime, not to mention the challenges of racism and the long exploitation of workers throughout that century. So many of you have faced difficult and formidable challenges in your lives. But this is just a different type of challenge than you're used to facing. But then again, there will be others, more than what you can prepare for or predict. But it is in the face of adversity that presents opportunity for those that can persevere and endure. Martin Luther King once said that the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. So it is with great confidence that all of us see you go off into the world to make your dreams and discover dreams yet unfound. The lives that so many of you have lived have prepared you for the challenges that you face. We know that the toughness is there, and we know that many of you have learned to apply that grit and determination to other aspects of your life. To make it this far represents a major achievement, but if you've made it this far, then all of you certainly can go farther. Now your life belongs to you like it has never before. The choices and circumstances that you once inherited are mostly behind you. Go into the world with confident grace, daring to do what you never believed possible. Be daring, be bold, be noble, be kind, and become all that you've never ever believed. Your lives are only limited by the belief in yourself and your own imagination. So it is with great pleasure and hope that we all see you off. And as you go, keep in mind that our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. And if you ever need help rising, know that all of us will be there for you. The teachers here at MESA haven't spent all this time and energy just to kick you out of the nest to see you hit the ground. We are here for you and will be here for you if you need. So thank you, class of 2020, for all that you've done for our school. Thank you for helping all of us teachers keep the faith in what we do. And thank you for being you. Good luck, Godspeed, congratulations, namaste.
Hello, students and families of the class of 2020. I am Cecilia Chavez, crew teacher and Spanish teacher at MESA. I wanted to share some words of recognition and celebration with you and your family. We might not be able to do it physically, but I am glad that there's technology that keeps us connected. I would like to start by saying how proud I am to see the unity within the class of 2020 throughout this difficult time. From senior shoutouts to virtual hangouts to show your class of 2020 pride. I also want to make sure we appreciate your families and guardians for supporting your high school journey by dropping you off at school, attending your events, conferences, or giving you any words of encouragement. Many of you are the first one in your family to graduate high school. And at the moment, it might not feel fair, but it doesn't take away such a great moment. You are celebrating the hearts and thoughts of many of your teachers and your families as well. Many of you could have walked away from this virtual learning and say, I'm not doing this. Many of you thought about this the first couple of days, but realized what was at stake. You all made decisions to fight through this, and that's the strength of the class of 2020. You all faced difficulties through the last 4 years, but in the last 2 years I've shared with you, I can always remember at least someone or one of you jumping in to share some encouraging words. I feel blessed to have been able to share the last 2 years with such powerful and kind class. Thank you for all the lessons. Thank you for all the memories. Thank you for making me feel part of something greater than just the Spanish teacher. I wish you all success within all the opportunities that present themselves to you and the ones you open for yourself. The world ain't ready for you, but if you got through this difficult situation right now, nothing else can stop you. Before I go, I would like to share a message in Spanish. A todas las familias que han apoyado a sus estudiantes durante no solo los últimos 4 años, pero toda la vida de su estudiante. Felicidades. Han ayudado y asegurado un mejor futuro para sus adolescentes. Aunque las celebraciones de graduación sean diferentes, no cambia o quita su esfuerzo. Para muchos, esta es la primera generación de graduados. Se siente injusto que esto esté pasando, pero repito, nadie les puede robar que hayan llegado y hayan logrado esta meta. Gracias a todas las familias por su apoyo y felicidades a la clase del 2020. Super proud of you all and congratulations, class of 2020.
Class of 2020. I wasn't sure how to write this. Really though, how could I put into words how much this class has meant to me? I'm positive that nothing I say will do justice to how I feel, but we'll give it a shot. On my first day of MESA, I was so nervous, anxious and panicking, really. All I honestly knew about your class was that you might not be super thrilled to have a new teacher mid-loop, and those feelings could cause some issues. I arrived at school on that first day way before I needed to be there, so that I could pace around my new classroom and sit with my nerves. What if you guys were awful? When you arrived, I eagerly welcomed you into a space that was already yours, and each one of you was wonderful. You welcomed the challenges of a new experience and embraced me as your teacher. I went home that day and told my husband that I had found my home and my people. With each passing day, I had the privilege of getting to know you, your strengths, your struggles, and your dreams. Day in and day out, we shared space, knowledge, hopes, disappointments, joys, and parts of ourselves. Your smiles brought light to my days. This year, we were robbed of our final weeks together. I miss you. I miss learning with you and supporting you as you tackle new adventures. I miss seeing that light and spark in your eyes as you master challenges. These last weeks of your high school career have been difficult, and for that I'm sorry. There is nothing I wanted more than to finish the year in our space, laughing and learning together. Who knew you could make up new words every day? Know that though we haven't seen each other face to face for way too long, I thought about you every day, and I hope you felt my support from afar. Even though we haven't been able to say goodbye in person, there are a few things I want you to remember. The world needs you. You are incredible and worthy and smart and kind and just amazing people. It's okay to make mistakes. Learn from them. Being wrong is part of life. You can change the world. Find your passion and pursue it. Everything else will fall into place. When in doubt, choose compassion and kindness. Thank you so much for being my students and my family for these last 3 years. I appreciate you for sharing your knowledge, effort, patience, and hearts with me. I am forever grateful for the time we spent together. I am so, so proud of you. I love you to Pluto and back.
Hello, seniors and families. I'm Hannah Drager. I teach English, and for seniors' last English journal entry this past week, I asked them to write about their top 10 high school memories. And reading their memories reminded me of some memories of my own. A lot of us had some of the same ones in common. So this is my top 10 memories with the class of 2020. Number 10 is Kane's cartwheels, like every community meeting. Number 9 is the time that we did field work and we visited a mosque. And then a lot of students came and joined the teachers for lunch at Jerusalem. I just felt that students were so respectful and politely inquisitive that day. We had a lot of fun. It was a great day. Number 8 is the boys soccer championship game this past fall, period. It was amazing. Number 7 is crew talents. In particular, Draeger crew doing our Wild Now recreation, because I just know how much planning and collaboration and practice went into that day. And even though Stemper was kind of mean about how long it took us, I think it was worth the wait. I think we nailed it. I think all the crews nailed it, truly. Number 6 would be the barbecue that we had after the SAT. It was such a great memory because you guys worked so hard for months, and it was hard for us as teachers, just pushing you to get to the point where you were really focused on the day of the test. You guys gave it your all, and it was nice to hang out that afternoon and know that there was nothing left to worry about. We just got to enjoy each other's company and eat hot dogs in the sunshine. Okay, top 5. Number 5, listening to the Serial podcast in English class was so fun for me. Because everyone had their own theories and you wanted to share them and debate them, and it didn't even feel like school most days. Number 4 would have to be potlucks. You guys really throw down. I'm thinking about tamales and enchiladas and rice pudding and Eileen's grandma's mac and cheese, and Sahel, he did these custom pancakes. Mwah, so good. Number 3, playing games in Draeger crew, but especially playing Uno, because you guys got so heated so fast, and there was always just so much laughter and joy happening in the room that people from other crews, sometimes people from other grade levels entirely, would come and join us, and it was just a good feeling. So that brings us to number 2, which I think for me would be the first day of your junior year. The day that we did the obstacle courses and bounce houses, and we ate lunch together and played games. And something I think students don't always know is that teachers get really nervous to meet their new students. It's always hard, saying goodbye to one loop and meeting a new group of kids you don't know. But on that day, on day 1, I knew that I was really lucky to get to have you as my students, and I was completely right. And that brings me to number 1. And for me, that's just simply coming to school every day and knowing that you guys would be there. I know that sounds cheesy, but it's true. I can't describe how good it feels to actually look forward to going to work and to know that when I get there, I get to spend the day with people who really push me to think deeply and laugh hard and try my best every day. And ultimately, you guys made me feel really loved. The class of 2020 left its mark on MESA, and you definitely left your mark on my heart. So thank you so much for all the memories.
Well, there it is, the big open world. And it's all yours for the taking at this point, 2020. If there are any words that I could give you as you transition into your next chapter, I think it would be to remember that as big as that sky is and as big as the world is, your options are even greater. It's probably cliche to say, but dream big. Dream so big. Don't limit yourself. You deserve the world. I guess I would also want to tell you, don't get stuck in beliefs that things have to be a certain way. And actually, we should probably say right now that things rarely go as you want them to or expect them to. But you can adapt to the world, and do it while staying true to who you are in the process. When things don't feel like they are going the way you want them to, zoom out. Take a bigger view. Look at what there is and hold on to what truly matters to you. And then lean into trustworthy people. Find resources. Of course, you're going to have to give a ton of effort for something that matters. You might need to ask for help when you need it. But I really want you to know that you really can do anything with that recipe. Please, please, please want more than you think you can have. Imagine a life that is even better than your story so far, and then set out each day to make it happen. And you'll do that little by little. What do they say? Rome was not built in a day. But I do know that that building had to begin with tools. And you have the tools to craft a great life. Besides, when things get hard, you can always remember there once was this little place called MESA, and it was full of people who cared about you and think about you. And of course, we'll be rooting for you well past graduation. Best wishes and congratulations.
The 2020 Post-Secondary Options Award goes to Alondra Perches. Alondra approached me during a time when she was applying to the University of Northern Colorado. She was nervous about her college choice, the cost of dorms and meal plans, but passionate about becoming a nurse and felt that UNC was the school to get her to her career of choice. After learning how to create her college account and access their email system, she assisted another student in class with this process to help him move forward in the college selection process. Once Alondra was accepted to UNC, it was time to start looking for scholarships and student organizations to join. Alondra always reached out to ask for help with her scholarship writing, understanding information about FAFSA and financial aid, and how to compare college programs. I was able to learn a lot about her and her family through her scholarship writing. Even when Alondra felt overwhelmed with high school and the college application process, she always came back to complete what she started. Alondra, thank you for allowing me to work with you this school year. Most of the post-secondary work we did together was done outside of the weekly classroom visits and during your off period. I appreciate your hard work and your continuous effort to make your dreams come true. Congratulations on being a MESA graduate and the recipient of the 2020 PSO Award.
I'm presenting the Physics Student of the Year Award. Let me start by saying physics is maybe the most frustrating science course. You cannot use your previous knowledge as a basis for stating claims. The only right answers are the answers justified by the evidence you collected. It's infuriating to have every question answered with another question. The experiments were designed to take patience and determination to move forward, and critical thinking to see where you're going from where you are now. To add insult to injury, every activity is a team activity, not a challenge every student is willing to embrace. The idea is to help students understand what being a scientist really means. Science is not a task completed alone. Collaboration, critical thinking, and respectful discourse are required to solidify scientific ideas and build consensus in the science community. Over the course of the year, the class, in theory, was easier as students knew what to expect from our learning cycle. Unfortunately, as the class became more reliable with the system, the material became more complicated. More questions, more abstract concepts, more math. The student I'm acknowledging this evening endured these frustrations with good humor and a lack of complaint. She was an excellent co-team leader who helped hold her easily distractible team together and assisted them in understanding the concepts. Additionally, when the COVID-19 school cancellation began, this student had enough science credits to graduate. She could have dropped the class with no penalties. She chose to see physics through to the end and challenge herself. Over the course of this year, she has embodied the true meaning of being a scientist, finding joy in learning and using evidence to make connections. I am proud and honored to present Carla Munoz with the Physics Student of the Year Award.
I'm going to be presenting the Function Stats Trig Award. And I had a really great group of kids this year to choose from. But when I think about who should receive the Mathematician Award for the year, I think about our MESA character traits. Litzy has always been so responsible with her efforts in class and outside of class. She completes assignments with rigor, and I believe she truly cares and is intrinsically motivated to do well. She is also extremely respectful and kind to me and her peers. I always enjoyed having Litzy in class. She asks good questions, takes detailed notes, and completes all assignments with excellence. She also is there for her friends and truly wants them to succeed as well, sometimes a little too much help. Litzy, I'm going to miss your smiling face and can-do attitude and know you will do well on your future journey because of the person you are.
Hi everyone, my name is Miss Trunchik and I'm going to be giving the Pre-Calculus Student of the Year Award. Even though I did not teach many seniors, the ones I did have the honor of teaching were all so amazing. Because of this, it was difficult for me to pick just one student to receive this award. Over the year, it was fun watching you all grow as learners and as people in the class. Even during the last week of your senior year, you all still engaged remotely in the lessons. So how I made my decision for this award was I picked the person who I think surprised themselves the most. Even during the most challenging chapters, I would see this student engage and ask questions. Every quiz and test, she showed her mastery of the subject. It has been rewarding watching her blossom in the classroom, not only in academics, but also in her ability to quickly learn the English language. Her confidence grew, and she became one of the top mathematicians. I am so glad Yesenia Rivera Garza came to MESA. I am so proud of you, Yesenia, as you have worked extremely hard to get where you are today. Congratulations.
Tuesday here. I'm going to be presenting the Calculus Award. I felt so lucky to get to teach the AP Calculus class this year. It was full of talented and gifted and hardworking students. But I will be giving the Calculus Award this year to Adrian. Adrian, I am so glad I got the pleasure of being your teacher these past 2 years. Although you did not talk much in class, you were so focused and dedicated. I always found it so intriguing. I would wonder, what's going on in his mind? Does he have questions? But then I would check your work and be blown away with the level of depth and understanding you had. You stayed steadfast and true to the very end, completing all that was asked of you with grace and perseverance. I know it was not easy, but you sure made it look that way. I'm so proud of the work you have done and the integrity with which you have done it. I'm excited to see what your future has in store for you and what paths you will take, knowing you will conquer all with calm resolution.
Hey, it is time for the English Student of the Year Award. And before I get into it, I would just like to acknowledge how difficult my class was this year. Not only did students start the year reading an almost 3,000-year-old epic Greek poem, the Odyssey, but I also gave them the most difficult English translation that exists. Seriously, it's written in iambic decameter. Like, what does that even mean? Your student read that. And so for that accomplishment alone, many students are worthy of being Student of the Year. But there is one student who stands out and whose effort was immediately apparent, and it was consistent throughout the entire year. This student came to class every day with their homework completed. I had told students if they tried the homework, which was usually pretty hard, if they tried it, even if they got it all wrong, they could still get credit. But you can't get full credit if you don't try. But nonetheless, quite a few students chose not to take the risk on their own and to wait to come in and do it as a class most days. But not this student. This student made the attempt every day, and not only that, but they wanted to be as close to perfect as possible. So they would ask me to check their homework before I did the official homework check. This student wanted to know that she was understanding correctly and precisely. She made it clear that she was not there to just go through the motions and earn the credit. She was there to read the Odyssey and to know what it meant and to know why it still matters to people thousands of years later. And she did that. Even when we were finished with the Odyssey and I kind of eased up on the seniors, this student kept up her same energy of being in class on time every day, completing the homework with great care, asking questions to understand and clarify, and contributing to class discussions, which is another thing. I make your students talk in class for a grade. And this student is not a super talkative person, but she would talk in her table groups and she would share something with the entire class once a week, like I required. And she not only talked in those discussions, but she invited everyone at her table to contribute as well and to share their thoughts. And she would respond to them rather than waiting for them to finish talking so she could jump to something else. She really wanted it to feel like a conversation, I felt. And that's just who this student is. Like, even on the tiniest of assignments, you would not catch this girl slipping. She came to MESA looking for a second chance at success in high school, and she worked hard every day of her junior and senior year to ensure that success. Good was not just good enough for her. She strove every single day to be exemplary. So for all of those reasons and many more that are left unsaid, it is my pleasure to name Destiny Ramirez the English Student of the Year. Congratulations, Destiny.
Hello again, my name is Cecilia Chavez, and I will be talking about the Spanish Award. In our district, there's a requirement to complete 1 full credit of foreign language to graduate. At MESA, this means you only have to take 1 year of Spanish, and it's usually Spanish 1. This year, though, we were able to offer Spanish 2, and it was optional for students who have taken my class before to sign up for the course. It was surprising when I saw his name on the roster, as I knew he didn't feel strongly about this subject. Yet I was very excited to have him because I knew he was taking this class because he wanted the challenge. Even though he struggled with the class at times, he did not let this defeat his goal to complete the class. As time went by this year, many students in Spanish 2 decided to either take other classes or leave my class because it was in the morning, and they just wanted an off hour. This student stayed, and even if he struggled, he was able to make the best of it. And also, he was able to obtain an A at the end of each quarter. That is why I'm very proud to present the Spanish Award to Raymond Casillas Martinez. He persevered and challenged himself through the 2 years of Spanish, a task that might sound easy, but not everyone took. Felicidades, Ray.
I have the honor of giving this year's Social Studies Award. In this class, there's many candidates who could have easily won this award, and selecting just one was a daunting task. Each year, when I give this award, I consider individuals who not only excelled in my class, but also look for students that have been able to apply what they've learned and use it in the community through their individual efforts and modeling. This student certainly excelled in my class by providing gripping and forceful performances during my debates and mock court cases in addition to other class work. The student also eagerly volunteered to do additional debates and court cases with an equal amount of preparation and vigor, even though no grade was at stake. They took the cases to heart and provided exceptional performances for their own growth as well as the benefit of the class. The passion that this student has demonstrated was on clear display for all to see. But what makes this student stand out in my mind is her deep-seated passion for morality and social justice that I was able to witness firsthand during her work in my restorative justice program. Her unwavering commitment to her ideals and sense of morality was something I found to be rare in my experience, and her desire to find, discover, and seek justice in this chaotic world I find to be nothing but admirable. It is for these reasons that I've selected STAR for this year's Social Studies Award. Congratulations, STAR. We look forward to all the things that you will achieve, and it gives us great comfort knowing someone like you is out in the world working towards a better one.
This is Ms. Chavez, now presenting the award for respect. So this student is quiet and shy, but he can and does push himself to be out of his comfort zone often. He's always mindful of others as he quietly understands everyone is at different part on their journey. And overall, he just needs that people need support no matter what. He offers his help without ever asking or expecting anything in return. A very remarkable memory I have about this student is receiving an email from him during our Thanksgiving break last year. This email was full of positivity and gratitude. Also, this was one of the only emails I had received from a student at all during a school break that didn't have to do with grading. I appreciated the gesture because this meant the student took time out of his vacation to write and send this. It might sound simple, but ask yourself, when was the last time you took the time to send an appreciation, email, letter, or any note to anyone in the last year? Well, this student did, and speaks volumes of the amount of respect he holds for those around him. At all times, this student engages positively with his classmates and teachers. This is why I'm very excited and proud to announce the Respect Award goes to Amari Morris. You are full of kindness, and when I grow up, I want to be just like you.
This is Miss Giusti, and I have the pleasure of presenting the Stewardship Award this year. Okay, I'm going to be honest here. I had to look up the formal definition of stewardship. The job of supervising or taking care of something, such as an organization or property. Jade, you took care of so much your senior year. You responsibly managed your grades to earn above a 4.0 each quarter your senior year. No easy feat. You took care of your table partners and brought a fun, caring attitude each day in your classes. You managed to take care of each of your teachers and showed them what a loving and kind person you are. I will never forget the hard work and effort you put into planning our self-care intensive that never happened because of coronavirus, but you were so well organized and put together in each of our meetings. Okay, I'm going to get choked up now, so I have to go.
I have the privilege of presenting the Responsibility Award. Having freedom is the ingredient in life that all high school students crave or fear the most. Those who crave it usually think of all the fun that comes along with independence, and those who fear it often don't want the accountability. Responsibility can be fun and accountable. Sometimes responsibility is thrown onto us when it was not requested or convenient. Sometimes responsibilities are not enjoyable or can be unequivocally hard. The weights we all carry as people vary, but one thing is true. We all have the ability to choose how we respond. Michaela Farrell is someone who responds to the call of duty with grace and determination. She has been saddled with responsibilities that she has not asked for and which haven't always been fun. And doing this all while still having the responsibilities of a student. On the other side, she has also requested and sought out responsibilities that she knew would make her grow as a person. What is truly respectable about Michaela is that when she has a responsibility to fulfill, she does not wallow in her weaknesses. She does not make excuses. She simply puts in the work necessary and she gets the job done. She will do whatever it takes to make sure she comes through on a task and to deliver for the people involved. If the task is not ideal, she will even infuse fun into it instead of dwelling in self-pity. Michaela, you are the student who neither craves nor fears responsibility. A perfect medium. You take responsibility and you make it look manageable or even enjoyable. It takes a strong person to take the daunting things in life and make them a priority in such a graceful way. This is why you deserve the Responsibility Award. I am honored to be able to present that award to you, Michaela. Congratulations.
Hello again. Let's talk about craftsmanship. Craftsmanship, which is a MESA character trait, refers to the skill with which something was made or done. In other words, craftsmanship is not only doing a task, it's doing it well. Craftsmanship is synonymous with artistry. Craftsmanship is taking extraordinary care with your work, such as reading your essay one time more than everybody else did, just to make sure that the wording is precise and every single indent, comma, period is in its exact right place. Craftsmanship is taking time to make a product that is not only complete, but beautiful. It's preparing for a debate by learning your opponent's argument better than they even know their argument, and then dressing to the nines for that added layer of professionalism. It's staying after class to ask your teacher to look over your work so that they can give you feedback to improve. Craftsmanship is the determination to carry out every single science experiment as perfectly as possible so that the data are accurate and not skewed by mishandling or carelessness. It's retaking a quiz or revising an assignment you already earned an A on because you know that you can do better. Craftsmanship is embroidering intricate designs while giving special care to each and every individual stitch. That's why our Craftsmanship Award, or should I say Craftwomanship Award, goes to Autumn Powell, a craftsman in school for sure, but truly a craftsman of life. Congratulations, Autumn.
MESA Integrity Award. Integrity is defined as a person with strong moral principles or something that is whole and undivided. Brian Apodaca is a student of integrity. He does not speak negatively of other students or teachers. He is trusted by his community and volunteers to help translate for Spanish-speaking families, works a part-time job to help support his needs, and contributes to his family's household. He is a student assistant at the middle school level and actively helps to support middle school students to understand class material. Brian is a student that strengthens MESA's integrity by strengthening our relationships and making our student body across various grades whole. Brian, also known as BG, is a student who shows integrity with the quality of work that he hands in to teachers. BG is a student who consistently completes tasks with high quality of work and meets or exceeds expectations. He is a student that teachers trust because he always tries his best and asks questions to make sure that his learning is on the right path. He does not stay quiet and does not avoid meeting expectations. These work habits will help him complete his 4-year degree in business. BG will become a businessman that upholds positive ethics and will become a trusted source of information for our community. He will join the community of graduates that will return to Mapleton Public Schools and become a role model for future generations of our up-and-coming students, because they will find him approachable, intelligent, kind, and patient. BG's integrity and high moral ethics are passed down by his family. The 2020 MESA Integrity Award goes to Brian Apodaca. Congratulations, Brian, on being a 2020 MESA graduate.
Every graduation class, there's always so many kids, unfortunately, that have overcome so many obstacles that it's really difficult to fathom how challenging getting through high school can be for so many of our kids. Single parent homes, siblings raising siblings, prison, abuse, neglect, drug addiction are just a few of the obstacles that so many of our kids have faced and most importantly have overcome. If this speech were in public, I'd ask everyone to stand up and give these kids a hand because there are so many kids that have faced adversity and won. Yet there can be only one recipient of this award. When I first met this student, to be honest, I was skeptical that she would even make it a month. It wasn't uncommon to hear her cussing out a teacher or another student, and seeing her in this mode every day was just like any other day at work. She missed more classes than she attended, and she certainly had a thing for dating boys who seemed to make the worst of choices. I figured her to be in some form of Bonnie and Clyde event or something. It didn't seem that prison was too far out of her boyfriend's future. Turned out it wasn't. And that was likely in the cards for her as well. As a teacher, you always want to give kids the benefit of the doubt, but it's hard to ignore what you see and the insight you've gained over the years. If I were a betting man, the odds would be long on this girl. But then something happened, quickly. This girl wasn't the same anymore. She seemed to learn from her experience. Perhaps she was shaken or scared. Whatever it was, she turned things around. Suddenly, school mattered. She was not ditching high school to get high with future convicts, and her intelligence truly began to shine through her work. At one point, I believe Her own self-image changed. She was different than how she saw herself, and she was all the better for it. This student could have easily quit, easily taken the short road to a prison facility, but she found the best in herself and didn't quit. She listened to the better angels of her nature instead of her demons. Today, she is a bright young woman with a promising future and an ample store of wisdom. Now, I recommend that you don't bet against this girl because the grit and resilience that Madison Lucero has demonstrated in fighting for a better future for herself will carry her far. We're proud of you, Madison, and you should be proud of yourself also.
Hello, I'm Courtney Hammond. I'm one of the assistant directors at MESA, and it's my pleasure and honor to announce the Students of the Year and to recognize MESA's valedictorian. MESA celebrates a male and female Student of the Year, so ladies first. This young woman is an excellent student first and foremost. Throughout high school, she has earned good grades and taken opportunities to challenge herself as a student, such as signing up for AP Calc this year and 2 college classes in her 11th grade year. Her teachers say she hit her stride in her senior year. She's both a critical and creative thinker. She offers unique insights in class discussions, and it's fun to see new ideas dawn on her as she connects with her peers' comments. She also takes such care when writing to use precise language and to structure her argument so that it's both effective and eloquent. She sees the big picture. She's the kind of student who asks for feedback because she genuinely wants to grow and improve as a student, an artist, and an English speaker. This student is bilingual and often negotiates meaning across languages and helps her peers to do the same. She's also a beautiful singer and just very funny. She brings happiness and levity to most situations, although she likes to pretend to be grumpy. This Student of the Year is Guadalupe Figueroa Zapata. Congratulations, Guadalupe. The second MESA Student of the Year has been a MESA student since 7th grade, and in his 6 years at MESA, he really has internalized the character traits. In addition to being an excellent student who takes advantage of many opportunities to challenge himself, he's also deeply invested in the MESA community. You name it, he probably does it. Cross country, track, president of the student council, National Honor Society, senior ambassadors, youth roots. His work on the Superintendent's Advisory Committee resulted in the creation of Unity Day, a district-wide celebration. This year, he dedicated himself to senior traditions and has continued to do that work with MESA senior shoutouts on Facebook and assisting Superintendent Chancho to help plan the shifts for this year's graduation. Many of you already know who I'm talking about, but the last thing I want to point out is that many people assume this student has an easy life because of his cheerful disposition and the ease with which he moves through the world. But like many of us, he's had his fair share of obstacles to overcome as well. It's his supernatural ability to take on everything that creates a world that is safe and fun and supportive to live in. And he shares that world with his entire community and the MESA community. The second Student of the Year is also MESA's valedictorian. Congratulations, Mateo Brown. Congratulations to you both, Mateo and Guadalupe.
I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, 'cause no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust, 'cause I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood to drown them out. I am brave. 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of bullets hits my skin. We'll fire away, 'cause today I won't let the shame sink in. We are bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. We are glorious, yeah, that's what we become. Won't let them break me down to dust, 'cause I know that there's a place for us. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood to drown 'em out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me, look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching under the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood to drown 'em out. I'm brave and bruised, ooh, I'm meant to be. This is me, look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching under the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. I'm marching on, marching, marching on. No apologies, this is me. I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts.
You can put your mind and do whatever you want to do. Just tell yourself that you're capable too. But don't do things that ain't even cool. And get rid of them no good friends that's enabling you, making you feel like you won't be nothing. Your life crumbling, they talk mumbling. You gon' be something. You are glorious. We're no gangs but warriors. We well known, notorious. They can't stop you or block you or mock you. They mad 'cause you bad and they not you. You fall down but get up and skip and hop through. Kick down doors for others to walk through. You have a purpose to make you say, did I do that? Urkel. Now we calling reality virtual. This is who I am, this is me. Don't let them words hurt you.
When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown 'em out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of
ground on my own. I'm just trying to reach up to the sky, see the moon. I got confidence cause I'm the flies in the room. And I've been knocked down, but I always get up. I had some fake friends, had to go and switch up. Yeah, no pain, no strain. I ain't chasing all the fame, cause I got more to gain and I'm just trying to make a change. I'm just doing me, I'm in my own lane. I fell down a few times, but I'm up again. Marching to another drum, see me crawl, see me run. When they thought that I was done, nah, here I come. I'm not weak, I get on my feet. No apologies, yeah, this is me. And I know that I deserve your love. There's nothing I'm not worth. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be, this is me.